Hello my lovely friends, thanks for joining me again. So it's Saturday night here. Cheers everybody. My husband is out. I'm having a few drinks with a friend. My little boy is snuggled up in bed, and so I thought it would be a good time to share my alopecia story and maybe make people not feel so alone if they're going through similar things, and maybe help convince you that losing your hair isn't the worst thing that could happen to you. It's not a nice thing to happen, but believe me, there are things that can help. There are great resources online. There are some fantastic wigs out there. So it's not as bad as it feels at first. Trust me, it does get better. My hair loss didn't hit me until I was into my 40s. So the kind of hair loss I have is a type of alopecia. It's a scarring type of alopecia, so every bit of hair I lose will never come back. That's all she wrote. The hair is gone. Where it's gone, there ain't no coming back. Can't be glued on, can't be put in. So this is my lovely answer. I'll take my hair off. Today I am wearing a lovely wig. It's the Naomi from GodivasSecret. I think it's beautiful. More on GodivasSecret in another video. So here we go. This is my head. Now I still have some hair, and you can see there are certain areas where the loss isn't total, but there really isn't enough for me to do any clip-ons, and there isn't enough for me to kind of get away without wearing wigs now. My natural hairline, when I had it, fell kind of around here, so there is the chance with some people that they might grow their hairline to blend in with their wigs. My hairline doesn't really start till up here on this side, so there isn't much point doing that. Interesting putting my hair back on. At one point it would take me ages to get my wig back on. Now, 2 seconds I'm out the door. Flip, shuggle, ear tabs, fingers, done. So in some ways it's great. Okay, so I'm saying so lots and lots today. It doesn't matter. This is going to be a harder bit. I didn't lose my hair until I really was into my 40s. So this is a lovely picture of me when I got married. Last year in the summer, this year will be 11 years married. Lucky me, hey? Isn't he a babe? My hair is naturally red, a kind of goldeny red colour, and it was always my best feature. Through my life, struggled with my weight, but the one thing that I always knew or felt was attractive about me was my long hair. So when I began to lose it, it was quite devastating. I guess if it hadn't have been something that I was very proud of, and I hadn't had so many other insecurities, it might have been easier. Okay, the first signs that I was going to have hair loss probably came after the birth of my son. Now, most of you that have had children will know that during your pregnancy, if you're a woman, you don't shed hair. So your hair is amazing. My hair got thick and beautiful, and it was lovely. And then I had my son, and poof, it all fell out. It got very, 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 very thin. Gradually it came back, but it never really regained its former glory. But there weren't big patches, it was just thin hair. And I had the most amazing boy, and I really didn't care that much. I had enough hair that I could get along with it, and I was a new mum, I was busy, and life carried on. And then my dearest friend had some devastating news, and she had cancer. And we were close. and I was by her side through her chemos, and we kept in very good spirits and joked. And when her hair started falling out, my hair started falling out, and I said it was coming out in sympathy with hers, and I didn't care at the time. She had something huge to battle, and it was only my hair. It was her hair, it was her body, it was her life, it was everything. And I remember the only time that it really shook me about my own hair loss was when we were going to get her wig fitted. And at that time she was just facing complete loss with the chemotherapy, and I had lost just a little bit on the top. I could cover it. And I spoke to the lady who was fitting her wigs. It was a little place in Glasgow, I won't name them. The wigs at the time were not that great. I mean, now, knowing what I know now, I wish I knew then what I know now, because we could have made her look so much more beautiful. But it is what it is. When you're out, you're learning. Your first few wigs are going to be difficult choices. But like everything, it gets better. So I asked the lady at the wig shop, was there anything she could do for my little bald patch? And she showed me this thing that looked like a dead rat on some netting, and suggested that it be clipped on my head. And I felt awful. And I think it was only the fact that my friend was there and she was going through cancer, and it made me realise that, hey, you know, buckle up, it's not important, that I probably would have cried. Because I just thought, that looks terrible. Now, there are much better toppers out there. This was a curly thing. It wasn't the same colour as my hair. What the lady thought she was doing showing it to me, I don't know. But it was devastating. Anyway. Time progressed. My friend's cancer got worse. The last hair loss memory I have with her is we were in a club. It was New Year's Eve, and some idiot, I'll pick my words kindly, came up behind her and pulled her wig off in a way to embarrass her. I don't think the person realised she had cancer. I don't know what he thought he was doing, but she took it well. I guess she had other things on her mind. But again, it made me fear wearing wigs later down the line so much. So with my own hair loss, I began to do everything I could to disguise it apart from a wig. So that kind of has relevance to my story. My friend battled cancer for 2 years and passed away. And I've never seen such bravery, and I don't think I could do it. So every time I think about my hair loss, I think about all the other people who have hair loss and other devastating things going on in their life, and it's just her. It's just her. You know, I wake up in the morning, my boy is there, my husband, I have my health, it's just her. So when my friend passed, I decided to battle my alopecia battle with as much bravery as she battled her cancer battle. So I tried everything. I tried clip-in hair extensions. I tried tape-in hair extensions. I dyed my red hair blonde because you couldn't see the scalp as much when it was very fair. Eventually, all the extensions and powders and backcombing and fakery in the world couldn't help. And it was then I found the YouTube community. And the YouTube community was amazing. I'll put some of the resources down at the bottom of the people who helped me. Now, interesting thing about the YouTube wig community is they're battlers. There's always some sort of fight going on. If you're on the YouTube community, my best advice to you is keep out of it. Some of the people in my list don't like each other very much, but I have to be true to myself and say each and every one of them has helped me in some way on my hair loss story. So I have to be fair and include them all. So, extensions. Clip-ins, the little tiny ones with the loops that you need to put pliers in, I did it all. Then I moved to wigs. And first of all, I moved to wigs that didn't have a lace front. I had no idea what a lace front was. They looked very wiggy. I used clips, I clipped them in, I backcombed my fringe over, looked a bit better. Gradually, over the course of a year, my confidence grew. I've been in wigs full time about 1.5 years now. And about 8 months ago to a year now, I can't remember exactly well, when I made the decision to shave my head. For me, it's much less painful because I have a lot of scalp pain. It's much easier for my wigs to look natural because there's no bits of hair poking out. And it was a relief. It was a wrench, but it was a relief. I am lucky in that every day I can be a new person. Every day I can try a different style. Every day I can put my hair on and walk out the door and know that the only people that really are going to know about my hair loss are people who have experienced it themselves, who have a keen eye, and people who I choose to tell. Nobody else knows. And the other thing it took me a long time to figure out is nobody else cares. Be good to yourselves. Don't let it crush your soul. There's no need for it to. Alright,